Okay, we're going into the open mic. Did he sign for the open mic? No. David, come on up. Last name again? Okay, you're going to tell me both of your names when you come up. I'm going to get the open mic list. You guys are great. Hold on.
Hi, good evening, Phoenicians, and thanks for staying for the late show. I'm the last man standing. Thanks for having more.
No,
We got more? Okay. My name is David Itis.
we have a few more on the open mic.
Anyhow, I'm going to actually also write lyric poems. The first one's not, but the second two are. The first one's about something we all know something about. I'll just start and you'll figure it out. She promised me she would stay the same. That's the title. Every time I look around, everything seems different about her. Is it me or is it she? Why can't I find comfort and be at peace with what is? Maybe because it was. And now it's isn't. Creature of habit or explorer of the new world. Is she part of the new breed or the old free? What border did she cross? What planet is she from? Where did she start? When does she ever stop? Loyalty to the same, do we ever find our lost flame? Time is a strange range. Must we engage? Forever, do we say? How long is that anyhow? I guess it's time to embrace my new best friend. She'll always stay the same. Her name is change. My second one is kind of poetic lyrics. It's about four guys with long hair. You all know who they are. And it's a play on words, and there's clues in every line. I'll try to go slow, it's in small print. It's called Be Tall. Be tall, lest you be small. Faces without boots that have no laces. They said they could beat all. Even Nehru didn't have a clue. They were very competitive. They were fabulous. They were young. Birds were in the yard. There were animals all around, even a walrus. There was muddy water. Berries were chock full. Lots of stones. Everly was there. And all the brothers too. The pace was kept by a guy named Jerry. Lucy was also there somewhere, picking strawberries or mushrooms, when they finally met the boys at the beach across from the big pond. They all felt threatened, so they moved into a submarine, went back to the USSR. One lad wanted to quit and open a hair salon. Another lad wanted to just write and sell. The vegetarian delivered red meat on his bike, and the other one wanted them to stay tight. But it was all up in the sky one night, all in the hands of a guy named Mr. Kite. All they needed was much more love, but the money brought more honey, and later it was not so sunny. Influenced by a guy named Buddy, who had some crickets. So the lads first decided to go on 4 Silver bugs is their ticket. They were fabulous in four and took a ride on a love tour. They said they could beat all. It was a play in words, a journey from past of poor that opened all doors. Tony told me so. He said he was there on the go, a childhood friend who shared and so deeply cared. All along the way, it was fair. They beat all with their long hair, never again to be small. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Thank you. Next is Thomas. Woo!
Oh. Yes, absolutely. Okay, try to make this quick. I have these 3 poems. I'm going to string them together, and then I'll do something else again. All right. Tell me again this tangent-laid question to the cipher digression, the succession of grass lines to the horizon we see through the window cracks, but it's okay because it's not too cold outside, it's a bit breezy, but besides it's nice to pretend we are trees and wind is our friend and everything matters and everything's the matter and nothing else matters when searching for that sunny day. Dewdrops in the month of May, finding fortune whether or not the future forecast calls for rain. Albeit there's a place of peaceful, by and by if one needs it, never stagnate position or lessen in degree, meter, tempo, tempest, speed, fuels the need for expansion, ever infinitely finite future lamentation, spectrum vision, the shoreline shows separation of masses, and how different is the here and now, though it's taken to be just another obstacle frame between life and art, or rocks before green grass, but wave feels both surf and beach with each lap of white foam, move allows for change and possibility. One day beckons to cure this traverse with the potential of unraveling salt, sand, sulfur, effulgence, the quintessential source to our existence. Caught beneath the broth of the chanting system, bellows yops the cosmic rhetoric where we be patriot, set to the loyalty of galaxies. A stone pitched before the quorum of space, these fantasy gears churning primordial, my, but not a bit vicious. Alignment rips crevasses till all that is left is crystal, alive and glowing light, elements pregnant, half expecting between the dynamo. Biblic compression, friction that lends the flame, keeps burning the mechanism, iron, ion, kinetic, celestial, all that is fire within. Thank you. Thank you. So I have these 2 poems here that are actually exquisite corpses. This one first I'll do because Casey read hers, so this is a kind of a collaboration between her and I. There's no time but this. I'm complicated by erupting present moment overthinkers. Through thoughts flows now. Simpleness has been down days turned sunny, lost on me. Rain doesn't fall far till tonight, powered by rage. Dry mouths speak with what's next. Not from my youth, parched till storms drop. I'm blinded by protection, catching falling skies. I'm riding, and when quenched, my feelings drenched, my heart life will flow, grow everywhere, voiced by my view. A new morning's here, dripping gold tears, expecting to be something else, joyous, but this is just as good. Feels take me over, morsels of food for thought carry me away and nothing more. Away in peace, poured out of memory, pieces put together, the tempest from before. By warmth brings the spring of future, building, carrying the shapeless potential, fills you with life, will name itself, dripping joyous, soon will come on time, gold tears vanishing here to then, once more with in foggy reminiscence, feeling freeing. What these words are, freedom of life, will be Omega. Thank you, there's that.
You did a good job, Thomas.
Thank you, I have one more, yes. This is one more, and I guess I'm done. All right. Another exquisite corpse by another beautiful soul. So much home in unabrasive almighty heart, never suspecting in songs to pluck strings from memory, thinking badly of old times, notions of secret gestures softens the fall of love, behaving badly, gladly, each and every second wants to live longer, breathing and seething, yielding the apprehensive future. Dawn gently calming night skies for lasting certainty, solace, complacency, embracing all qualms, know this moment isolated and sacred, never lost, morphing the tricks to the knower's field. feel with what they remember, truths, which is the most innocent way of being. More back again, delightful and delicately thinking of ways to adore harder. Ever blackness collects me, a warm body feels cold quicker. Clothed in warmth, bathing, so hold the sun in your mind if the shade and dandelion wildness is in your eyes. So you kind of do all this stuff that never lets go of your love partner. Sacred, secret seclusion when your dreams are lonely. Being, belonging, even when what tangent is taking this story. Holding, longing, my, how to stitch together words. Closeness and galaxy comes to the so fragile in existence to be made with the fire of love's fragrant face. A name such as that, tandemingly trusting to be called dead upon arrival. Luscious cyclone of ever, and to be called lifeless as two souls pour into it, shamrock obsidian. All their words they find warming and worth saying, draw me, not even caring what the last lines are, towards because that was never the purpose. Calliope of inexpressible, this is life unabashed, and it calls itself places, correctly to be a beautiful flawless, walking in beauty shall weighted down dead with delving in divine experience, the essence of its creators. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Thomas. Bryan Finnegan. Yay, here comes Bryan.
Hi. This is not about writing, or the deep respect for one's soul. For if it was, surely it would not be so late. This has been written before. This is not about home, or the train in the morning, winding round bends of ancient farmland, mirrored men reaching for the sky, passing by, imagining the reflection of myself, hidden, blinding golden light striking down the tracks, letting words dangle from fingertips, smothered, silenced. This is not about memory, or the dawn sun in the dead of winter, illuminating faces brick red, hundreds of eyes through the winter trees, calling forth the smell of spring and the idea of family. Lawn chairs on cement stoops, prospect, hope, and all that we deserve. Maybe this is about sobriety, or soberness even, the hush of the day's tasks, silent murmurs of anxiety, of doneness, goodness. The train truncates itself to a jolt, never done, never wholly good. Wandering forward and on, slow clunks, a gentle swaying of the sea, the sauntering of the rails, hollowness in the winter wind. There is something here, a life that moves, a smoothness, a doorway never fully closed or open. There is a truth, somewhere in these words, that strikes down deep and lets this heart bleed and bleed. I can be with you now, I promise. An apparition in the pain, this life I sense we share. Maybe this is just didactic, like the arrogance of adolescence, a small glimpse of something real, true, different. Maybe that's all. Please, be with me in that smallness. Let's be together in this lonely imperfection. For I don't know what it means to be polished clean anymore. There's a hand on the door, feeling the imperturbable stillness, a threshold, letting the keys rest, hushed at the hip. There's a great love in standing at a front door in the evening in an amber stoop light, not inside or out. Listen. I will be this door if it's the last thing I do. Let it be the only thing I do. Thank you.
Thank you. More. Boy, you guys are great. Is Molly Scott here? Molly Scott. Yay. Hi.
Hi. Okay. I decided to read this poem because of Kay's ending on mushrooming, cage and mushrooms. I have a poem also that ends in this way. So, this poem is called To the Moon, or Indiscreet Research, or Multiflora. They say that lunar worship is older than the solar, like as when a kid's sun burns but still has hypnagogic visions of moon burns, like colliding biologies, or pocketing people, i.e. interstices, as in seeing between two frames. Forrest Bess became a hermaphrodite precisely for this reason, with rich anatomical realism, such that when an incision was made beneath his penis at its junction with the scrotum from his urethra to the bulbocavernosus, and when this incision was dilated properly and receiving another penis, the deep muscular branch of Bess's pelvic region would abbreviate and convulse in an orgasm of such potency that in some sense Bess should become immortal. Medievals were pro-automata too. Bess never had another orgasm. I guess it was the freakishness of pavilion interiors, or of foxes pussyfooting around outside, or the swarm of bubbles, that brought up forbearance of the violence of florals. Multiflora is an invasive species upstate. Then there was that time they tried to tell the sole surviving Sierra of Fatima the straight anatomical facts, namely that Our Lady and the Spirit only appeared in the sky because a crowd of Catholics was experiencing phosphine visual artifacts and the bleaching of photosensitive retinal cells iteratively. Remember that vision is just a trick of flipped-out mechanics. So are automata, but it was at this time that the Holy Spirit got colors like La lune est libre, je crois, qui rayonne au-dessus des toits. La lune est libre. When Jung was a little kid, he sat contemplatively on rocks, figuring out excorporation. Is Carl the rock? Is the rock Carl? Etc. Something like that. Better yet, when John Cage was himself, he went on mushroom hunts. Let's say by moonlight, and in the woods, on swards, through Chinese classics, which took him through several iterations. They were. Mushroom doesn't know John Cage. Then it is the unknown that brings mushroom and cage together. Then like, what cage? What mushroom? Thank you.
Boy, the open mic turned out to be very promising. Is Mac McGillicuddy here?
Not here.
Oh, okay. In that case, I'm going to end with two quotes. I want to thank you all for being here and being part of this.
Thank you, Anique.
You're deeply welcome. Two quotes. Audre Lorde said, "Poetry is not only dream and vision, it is the skeleton architecture of our lives. It lays the foundations for a future of change, a bridge across our fears of what has never been before." Last quote. Anonymous says, "Write a wise saying and your name will live forever."
Bravo, Anique.
Thank you for sharing all these words with us. We love you. Good night.
Good night.